Yes, I'm back. It's your boy, live with Dell Anthony. So guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Now, all jokes aside, live with Dell Anthony. We're gonna talk about a few topics today. You know, developing my sports business. So I've been away a little bit, but I'm always about the kids and the communities. So doing what I do. But let's talk about a few things. Number one, Sean Payton, that debacle in Denver, 70 points, whatever it was. I think they were in Miami. Karma is a mother sucker. And God don't like ugly, as my nana used to say, but I put in there, and he's not too keen on cute either. So, as men code, men 101, we don't talk about another man. We don't talk about his pockets. We don't talk about his lady. We don't mess with his family. And we doggone sure don't talk about what he did before me. That's like dating a chick and bad mouthing the other dude because the dude is no longer with her. We don't do that. Excuse me. So we don't do that. So the fact that he said so much about Paul Hackett, and it wasn't even done on a man-to-man conversation, you give up 70 points. I think if you played a Madden game at the highest level, it would be hard to score 70 points on a computer. It was like somebody was playing with the Dolphins going against Denver. And the head coach is Sean Payton. You can put Paul Hackett on blast, but get angry because a reporter is asking you, so what do you think about the game and the score? Come on, bro. The problem with this society is people don't want to be held accountable. We could throw darts, but then we can't absorb it back. That's the issue I have with Sean Payton. Now, they keep calling him Super Bowl winning coach. Super Bowl winning coach. Super Bowl winning coach. No. He was a coach that won the Super Bowl. He is not a Super Bowl winning coach. He's a coach that won the Super Bowl. To put it in perspective, Jeff Hostetler is not a Super Bowl quarterback. Trent Dilfer is not a Super Bowl quarterback. They are quarterbacks that won the Super Bowl. Different scenario there. The reason why the media is a hypocrite, because we want to take away Bill Belichick's greatness and give credit to Tom Brady like Bill Belichick is just another coach. But he's won 6 with Tom Brady. And I'm going to tell you right now, because my son Junior is a Patriot fan, 3 of those Super Bowls was because of their defense, which is Bill Belichick's trademark. But we're ready to denounce him because Tom Brady won with the Buccaneers, and we're giving Sean Payton this great status that he's a great coach. He had a top 15 all-time great quarterback as well in Drew Brees. He hasn't won since Drew Brees. He didn't win multiple with Drew Brees. So we got to stop playing games here. Stop playing games. He was a Fox analyst. Shout out to the Fox Network, the new Undisputed, Speak with my girl Joy Taylor and my man Shady. I like the show, period. That's like the best sports show on TV is Speak. But in all honesty, Sean Payton is overrated. But we keep calling him Super Bowl winning coach. We acting like he's the next thing since Vince Lombardi. He won 1 Super Bowl with an all-time great quarterback, hasn't done anything since, and then lost a 70 burger. But Paul Hackett is bad. So you cannot throw stones if you live in a glass house. That's all I got to say about that. Sean Payton, like Michael Jackson said, whoop, it's that man in the mirror. 70 points. You're the head guy. A coach, depending on certain levels you are, is a teacher, a motivator, a leader. First of all, by example, and second of all, leader of men. He stands on what he believes in and stands on it. And guys will run through walls for him or her. They're not doing that for you, Sean Payton. Am I saying it can't be fixed in a few years? But you got that Walmart money. You got that long green. So your team should not be this bad. And that's all I'm going to say to you. You can't answer a question to the media when you blasted a guy that wasn't even face to face with you, which is non-man stuff. You got your nerve, sir. You got your nerve. Hey, we're back. Next topic I want to talk about is these running backs. I was talking to my son Kaz, and we talked about how these running backs was lobbying for more money, and everybody was. We're back, and now we're going to talk about Colorado and Mr. Primetime Deion Sanders. Now, I may be dating myself, but I remember Deion getting drafted. I remember the impact he made as a cornerback, where he shut down the whole side. In our neighborhoods, we love Deion Sanders. So, to be honest with you, seeing him having success doing this when there's so many great players who can't transition is excellent. What he's doing for Colorado football. Now, some people might feel, oh, he's a sellout. He was with the HBCU and then all of a sudden ran for another university. Do we remember all the things like Ed Reed and people was telling us about HBCU schools? How there's no money there? All these billionaire minorities we have, and none of them went to Jackson State and said, Deion, what do you need? They all was like, oh, that's Deion. He's cocky, whatever. I don't know the man personally. But I know, besides my boy Bo Jackson, he's probably the greatest athlete we've ever seen dominate at two levels. Because even though Bo Jackson was the first ever, I guess, elected to a Pro Bowl by his peers in both sports, he's the first one to play in a World Series and a Super Bowl. So you got to give credit to where it's due. He took the dynamic of the 49ers dominating to going to the Dallas Cowboys and them winning a Super Bowl. I never forget what the play against the Atlanta Falcons when he picked the ball off and ran it back on his infamous return against the Falcons. What else? Bo Jackson hits 3 home runs in one game at Yankee Stadium, and Deion wins the game with an inside the park home run, which is harder to do because you got to run around all the bases. So for people to act like Deion wasn't amazing is crazy. Second of all, Deion has put Colorado on the map to where they were 1 and I think 11 last year, 1 and 10. They are 3-1. And you can say what you want about Oregon, but Oregon had a head start since Phil Knight and Chip Kelly and these guys. So how many championships do Oregon have? We want to talk about them destroying Colorado and have such a better program and a great this and a great that. How many national championships do they have? Did they win any in that Under Armour era? I don't know. I don't think they have. So if they did, I apologize, because I know there was a year they were really, really good, but I think they might have lost or tied for the national championship or lost in the championship game. Nevertheless, what Deion is doing for college football is amazing. And what hurts me as a black man in this country, I think racism is overrated. I don't think that is not an issue, but I think it's overrated. For another black coach, Jay Novell, for Colorado State, to go at Dion. The last guy, coach from Oregon, I expect that. The coach from TCU, I expect that. The coach from Nebraska, I expect that. But for Jay Novell, Colorado State, another black man at the helm who had to fight and pay dues to get where he got, to knock Deion Sanders, saying about the hats on and the sunglasses and all that stuff. When are we going to stop the self-hate and stop hating on people for being awarded situations? There's a lot of coaches that get positions, especially in the NFL, that don't deserve it, but it's because it's not what they know, it's who they know. This administration, the athletic director and president of Colorado, was smart and actually did their homework. They knew this man is full of electricity. If we bring him in, we're going to get electricity just because of him. He's older to where the people that are my alumni seen him play, but he's relevant enough because of his sons to where they'll get the younger generation to want to tune into Colorado football. Colorado football is the highest rated thing on TV now, and it's because of Deion Sanders. They're not watching it because of Alabama. Nick Saban has won for years. They're not watching it because of Georgia. They're watching it because of Colorado. And all the stuff about, oh wow, they're America's team. They're Black America's team. Once again, that's ignorant politicians or lobbyists that want to swing the pendulum their way. He's America's team, because there's not a single black person that runs the networks that Colorado is being televised on. He's not on OWN. Colorado's not playing on OWN, Oprah Winfrey. Colorado's not playing on BET. Colorado is not playing on UPN. Sorry, they're not even playing anymore. Colorado's not playing on Tubi or Tubi. Colorado's playing on Fox, ABC, whatever those channels are. Those are not owned by black Americans. So let's stop trying to put a black and white narrative on every single thing. And again, Jay Novell, you should be ashamed of yourself. What you should have said is, hey, the state of Colorado haven't had a lot of people liking us since Peyton Manning left. So Deion is bringing attention to Colorado, and now even bringing attention to me. And obviously, if we're keeping it 100 or 100 or however people want to speak or talk, we wouldn't even know who you was, Jay Novell, unless you played Colorado, because I didn't even know who you were. And I watch college football. I didn't even know who you was. I didn't know who you was and how your credentials was until Archo said it on Speak. And once again, the best sports talk show in the land. So until then, I didn't even know who you were. And for you to knock another black man because of your own insecurities is horrible. We need to stop our self-hate. And that's unbelievable. We're going to take a break. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, those comments. And I'll be back with my final topic of the day. Yours truly is back for my final topic. I have to talk about my beloved Raiders. Al Davis would be turning over in his grave. I thought our motto was a commitment to excellence and just win, baby. Right now, we're just lose at any cost. I don't know what the HE double hockey sticks is Josh McDaniels doing. I don't know where do we go from here, Raider Nation. We have the worst play calling. We don't even have the worst ensemble of talent. I think we have more talent than probably 15 teams out there as a whole, as a collective group. But we have no leadership. I told you guys before, our owner was a court jester for our team. So he don't know what he's doing. He got other coaches telling him what to do, pulling strings. He's dancing around because he's being the puppet while the other owners are being the puppeteers. Why in the world would you have a receiver like Devontae Adams and bring in Jimmy G, who's just a Rich Gannon. No, David Carr was Rich Gannon. Jimmy Garoppolo is a David Carr 2.0 because he wins games, but he can't throw the ball. We have an amazing talent like Devontae Adams. I don't know what's going on with Aiden. I think his name is Aiden Carner. He's our quarterback. I think he's out of Purdue. Not sure, but I'm not invested that much in him. I'm invested in the silver and black. I've loved the Raiders since I was a kid. When I was in my rap group, Brothers on a Mission, BOM, my nickname was Raider. I was the Raider of rap. So I'm not saying that to talk about my history. I'm saying that to say I am a die-hard Raider fan. When they lose, my day is ruined. And to have people like Josh McDaniel and I think it's Dave Ziegler, who's our general manager, they don't know what they're doing. We're gonna waste talent like Max Crosby. We're gonna waste the talent of Nate Hobbs. We're gonna waste Diablo. We're gonna waste Josh Jacobs. The reason why Josh Jacobs can't run, Raider fans, wake up. You know why Josh Jacobs can't run? Because Garoppolo can't throw the ball 40 yards down the field. So they're just packing the box. Jacoby Myers has been an impressive acquisition since coming from New England. He's better than I thought. But we have Devontae Adams. That'll be the third receiver the fourth receiver that we're wasting them away. Devontae Adams. Antonio Brown. I don't care if you say he's a clown. He's a clown because he's seen what was going to happen. Randy Moss, forgot that we had him. And Amari Cooper. 4 receivers. Henry Ruggs destroyed himself. I will never get over what he did. That was the most idiotical. That's not even a word, and I'm gonna make it a word. That is the most idiotical thing that can happen, that you would do when you're worth millions and you are with a team and you guys are primed to have. Imagine Ruggs and Devontae Adams. And I thought the thing was, where is Waldo? It should be, where is Hunter Renfrow? Our defense, did you see the last play? Not the last play, but the play that sealed the game for us this weekend against the Steelers? Why would you call that all-out blitz? To where the safety, Diablo, or he's the cornerback, whatever, safety could have 2 cornerbacks out there. The safety, Epps, couldn't get over there. Why? Instead of just sitting back, they needed to get a first down. Play at the line and let Max Crosby and those guys go at it. That's another thing. You invested all this money in Chandler Jones. Why you didn't keep Ngakoue? This guy that's our first round draft pick, you drafted him when we had all these other pieces we could have brought in on defense. And if you wasn't sure about it, don't just make a pick to make a pick. Just don't say, I want to pick him because I have the number 1 draft pick. If you're not sure who you want, because you wasn't sure on Gonzalez, or sure on Joey Porter Jr., or wasn't sure on the guy that's in Washington now, then trade down and get more picks and bring another veteran in. Trade down and get a 2 and a 3, or 3 and a 4, and grab another veteran in. We can't, but if it's not Max Crosby, we put no pressure on the quarterback at all. What are we doing? They could change all the names of stuff we want. We don't call it this. They call it the Zebra B2, Big Gatorade Power 8, 5, 16 / Power Hungry. But I don't care what they name the play. It's still football. Cover 2, cover 3, blitz, package, single coverage man, double slot. It's the same thing. Why is it so hard for us to put pressure on the quarterback? Because nobody have a problem pressuring our quarterbacks. Why the heck did we get Garoppolo? If we was going to keep Garoppolo, we should have kept David Carr for 1 more year. And I don't even like David Carr. But we could have kept him for 1 more year if you want to grab a Garoppolo. I would rather you get Kyler Murray. Why? Because our team is young, but he could throw that ball deep to Devontae Adams to stretch that defense out so Jacobs can run. You know why Jacobs was able to run? Because Derek Carr at least could throw the ball down the field. So when the guy from Miami that used to be with the Dolphins and Devontae Adams stretched the field, it opened it up for Hunter Renfrow. And Hunter opened it up for Waller. I don't even think we've completed probably 2 or 3 passes to the tight end in 3 games. Because Garoppolo can't throw. So they could just play their coverage up. He missed wide open guys. We said Derek Carr did that last year. He did that. Devontae Adams was wide open where the game should even have been close. I don't know what the Raiders are doing. Mark Davis, please sell the team. Please. We loved your father. We loved your father. Sell the team. Magic. Why you didn't buy that? Now I'm so competitive. Maybe Bird could buy the Raiders. Or maybe Michael Jordan, since he gave up on his basketball team. We need new ownership. Live here at Dell Anthony, I want to start a petition. New ownership for the Raiders. And anybody could buy him out. Anybody can buy him out. He seems like he's someone that wants to party and have money. He's walking around like I own the Aces. Yeah, I think he owns the hockey team, the Kraken. I think it's the Las Vegas Kraken. I don't know, but I know Las Vegas is winning. We're not winning. So there must be other, even though he's the principal owner in those teams, there might be other ownerships pieces in there because he knows nothing about football. I could grab my man Mike and my man Joe and myself as GM, scouts, and coach, and we would do a better job with the Raiders. That's how much I do know football. I could take my boy Joe, my man Mike, myself, give us an ownership group that have the paper that can fund the operation because we all make money, but we're not at that level. So get someone who has paper and just put us 3 there. Guess what? I would coach the Raiders for less. Joe would coach the Raiders for less. I would GM the Raiders for less. You don't have to pay these millions of dollars so we can get the players we need. Give me $500,000 and I'll make sure, I guarantee you the Raiders will be a better outfit out there. Because the one thing I can scout is talent and develop players. That's what I do. That's what my company and my business is around. I'm not name dropping my company because it's developing right now. But you'll hear about us in years to come because that's what I do. I build confidence, mentorship for kids. Give them the ability to want to be on the court, but have an attitude on and off the court. So, I'm saying all that to say, anybody can do a better job than Ziegler. Anybody can. You bringing people in that only want to play with the Raiders because they're looking for a payday now, because they're washed up. Peters dropping interceptions. When does Peters ever miss an interception? He didn't miss them in Baltimore because he would have been held accountable. Because Ray Lewis and them would have gotten in his face like, yo, what are you doing? Suggs and them like, what are you doing? How do you not catch that? Chandler, I read something, don't know how true it is. He's got put in a facility for a mental situation. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I want to pray for him and his family because that's a serious topic. Mental illness is the campaign flag that America's waving around now for our kids and adults and everything. But there's a saying I was raised by because I was raised old school. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. When you get knocked down, you dust yourself off and get back up. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But we giving everybody excuses nowadays. They're doing a piss poor job to this Raider Nation. And we need to do something. So right here, live with Dell Anthony, we need to start a petition to force the Raiders for new ownership by not going to the games, boycotting the games, don't watch us on TV, don't buy our memorabilia. The Raiders are doing what the Knicks do. It's funny that I like two teams that do the same thing. The Raiders are doing what my Knicks do. They sell out anyway, so they don't care about the quality of the team because they're sitting back as we're diehard fans, frustrating and burning our jerseys and getting angry and yelling at the TV, this and that. They're laughing with their family and friends because I told you they're playing a real life 2K and a real life Madden. So they're sitting back going, I'm still one of the highest paid grossing companies because these dumbasses is going to still keep coming to my games. We need to stop supporting them. Like in Philly, what I love about Philadelphia, I love Philadelphia and the people there. And I love their fandemonium. Why? Because if you don't win, they're not going to let you know. They're not showing up to games. They're not showing up to games. Period. That's why Philly is so good. Yes, it could be because of their ownership. Yes, it could be because of their general manager. It's because they settle for less. It's playoff or bust. We're not even at 8 games. We're not even at 10 games or bust. Our ownership, our leadership is a joke. And until we take a stand as fans, it's never going to change. We just like it because we like the colors silver and black. We just like it because some of it is our personality. We're Raiders. We buck against the trend and don't follow rules, so we like the Raiders. But it can't be because of that product on the field. I'm Dell Anthony. I'm out. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Leave your comments below, and remember, without you, there's no me.